Well, that's fucking hard. That's stupid.
Why is it stupid? Why is it stupid? Wait, hold up. What part is stupid? The idea that Twizzlers are no longer straws, or the fact that they might still be straws by design, but they potentially melted together at some point in time in shipping? Hello, Paul. What part's stupid?
No, that it would have melted. That's dumb.
Why is
Twizzlers,
that's not dumb?
Twizzlers make your candy better. I got to use it as a straw for my beverage.
Or you could just do like what you just did and tilt it back and drink it through the very convenient hole that the manufacturers put into the top of the can.
That's the name of Robert's sex tape. Very convenient hole.
Very convenient hole. How did you know? I still, to this day, think the best name for a sex tape is A Night in Paris, and it's Paris Hilton's sex tape. I think that's a really good play on words.
That's all. Anyway, look, my Moon Knight blockies, he has a moon cape now, and I put the other one over there as well.
What do you mean he has a moon cape now? He's always had a moon cape.
Yeah, but it's like this now. So it's like a crescent moon. Like I shifted it. I also put my Skyrim map up in honor of the commenter from 3 months ago, or whatever that was.
What was the comment?
I don't know, something about the Skyrim map. I put it back on the wall, so. And look, Robert, my thing I didn't want sent me a gift. My Rise mushroom cup. We're not sponsored. We're not. I swear to God.
Oh, yeah. You forgot to cancel the renewal.
I forgot to cancel the renewal of my Rise mushroom coffee. But look, they sent me a little mushroom wood bracelet.
Oh, how very hippie-like.
Yeah, I like it. Shut up.
How very poop positive we are.
I'm trying to be, because I drink a lot of this, so, also not sponsored. Red Bull, though, if you want to throw us a bone.
So something I think I am actually running into is if you drink too much caffeine, it can absolutely fuck with your GI tract.
Oh, yeah. No, I can attest to that.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing battle. I want to do, like, the diabetes commercials, but for IBS. It's like, IBS.
Diabetes. For the record, this is non-caffeinated because root beer is not caffeinated. So, yum.
Is it not?
No, it is not.
I have a root beer over here to see.
I guess I should specify that every root beer I have ever seen has never been caffeinated.
I just crashed into my filing cabinet. Let's see. Total fat, 0.
So far, doesn't fucking mean a goddamn thing.
Total sodium, 15 milligrams.
Just look at the caffeine. Nobody cares about the nutrient facts.
I don't see caffeine, so I didn't know that. I didn't know root beer didn't have.
Yeah, just
Is
like
it because
Sprite
it's derived from a root? Wait, back up. 7-Up doesn't have caffeine?
Correct. 7-Up, Sierra Mist, Starry.
Well, no wonder Mountain Dew kicked its ass.
But basically, I'm fairly certain all clear citrus beverages are pretty much not caffeinated.
Wow, you learn something new.
Sprite. Yeah, quite refreshing, but not energizing. So, Paul,
what's up?
Welcome to PullParty number 32.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and say, because I have not told you this, even though I should have, I wanted to do comments tonight when we record our thing with Zane. Now, you can bring up whatever you want, but the comments that I'm going to bring up all involve our episode that we've posted.
Okay.
Or I've posted with Zane. So I wanted to include him in the
because
the response.
There are 2 at least that I have a problem with, and we're gonna get up in people's business about it today.
Okay.
We're gonna handle that shit.
Okay. Yeah, there are several that I'm like, man, okay. Some that I'm actually kind of struggling with because I'm like, I want to reply, but I don't want to reply, and I shouldn't reply, but I should also reply. But again, that involves.
Do you want to go ahead and get into my Batmobile spiel?
I can get into 1 second.
I'm prepared.
1 moment.
Mentally. I'm there.
Thank you, everyone, for subscribing, liking, favoriting, commenting, sharing, because you're all beautiful people, even though you're a bunch of degenerates.
Sometimes you're not beautiful people. On the outside.
No, you know what? That's part of what
or inside.
I
don't know.
I'm somewhat struggling with, because one of the comments that I'm going to bring up later, it started off with the whole
you guys
podcasting
mean.
equipment needs to be more expensive. And then it gets into the take on Daredevil and versus Batman and how they thought we were wrong, which was funny because the very next comment was the opposite in almost every faction. And it just, I don't know, it's just amazing to me that you would comment on that, which drives more views to that video.
Yeah.
To be negative about two fictional characters fighting, when wasn't it Stan Lee that said like, oh yeah, the writer is the one who chooses to win. It's not, there's no like rationale.
If we break it down, and I mean, because you can call us Batman fanboys all you want, because
apparently we're Marvel fanboys.
Which I'd like to just touch on that real quick. Yes, I get it. I have this back here. I'm a Disney fanboy, obviously, to some extent. There's Star Wars, there's Marvel, Moon Knight. I've had a warm glass of Moon Knight milk on camera. I've had Dr. Doom cookies. I do have a lot of Marvel stuff. Don't get me wrong. The stuff that's not on camera, though, I equally have as much goddamn DC shit. It's just over here.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that wall a little bit better.
Yeah, I know, right? And don't get me wrong. Also, it is a lot of Batman. That's unfortunate because that's just what exists. Batman is some of my favorite, but if I was a Marvel fanboy, would my top 5 DC characters include characters like The Question?
Right.
John Constantine? Fuck no.
Right.
Fuck no. Because people that are like fake DC fans, they're not going to know who The Question even is. So
or that there are 2 of them.
Yeah. And which, by the way, apparently there's 8 Clayfaces, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
I'm an everything, but I've said this on the show before. I'm an everything fanboy. You can ask me to pull something from my desk, and it's from everything. Look, I mean, Crash Bandicoot. I got the little hula dancer. This is a loot goblin from Diablo. This is like, look, this is from Rainbow Six. Like, I mean, if it's a thing, I've got the unfortunate Warhammer obsession. I've got Star Wars, Marvel, DC, video games, Transformers, Power Rangers, anime. There's a bomb right there.
How dare you support Bandai?
I know.
You Bandai fanboy.
I guess. Your
one helmet. It's just, I don't know. It's just funny because like that comment's just like yes, it did. No, it just is funny to me because it's like, you know, we put it out there and it is the internet, and you know, especially when it comes to shorts, because there's not a whole lot of context, and that'll bring up something else I want to talk about too. But it is just, I don't know, it's just funny how it's legitimately funny to me how offended some people get when we're just like,
people are fucking stupid.
No, and people are fucking stupid, especially when you say, "Hey, Batman would beat Daredevil. It'd be a close one."
Here's the thing. Yes, this is a comic book podcast majorly, or this is a comic book podcast, but at its core, this is a nerddom podcast.
Right.
We're fanboys of everything. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. Otherwise, this would just be the absolute Batman show forever, and we would talk about nothing else.
Based.
That being said, Batman fanboy or not, because I know that comes up a lot. Like, oh, Batman could defeat anybody because he has prep time and he's intelligent. Daredevil's fucking blind, and we've seen that motherfucker get overtaken and his senses get overwhelmed. It would not take long for someone that claims to be the world's greatest detective to figure out that his senses get overwhelmed. Bullseye figured it out, and he's fucking retarded sometimes. So if you just take them at their base, don't like put them up on a pedestal. If you take the fact that Batman uses technology, specifically sonar technology, to summon bats, and put him against a guy who
uses sonar,
can get fucked up by sound.
Who's a dolphin with legs? Yes.
The Daredevil gonna put up a good fight.
He gonna
put up a fight.
We even said that
but
too.
He gonna lose.
Like, it would be close. And we even acknowledged that there were plenty of times where Batman gets his ass beat in the first.
And we could talk about this with Zane later, but I think from here on hence, if we do a versus commentary, do not put Batman in it. I swear to God, anytime you include Batman in a who will win in a fight, everybody gonna come out in their bag about some shit, fucking pissed off.
It's gonna happen with anything.
Especially Batman, though. It's gonna happen with anybody. You can put Thanos against, I don't know. Let me look around the room real quick. Thanos versus Robin, and people will get pissed off. If you're like, oh, Robin would school Thanos.
Right. Yeah, no. I thought it was funny, but it's like, I'm not. I was tempted to remove the comment, but then I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Don't do that. Don't censor
people. Because I didn't remove the comment that was only, podcasting equipment should be made more expensive or less.
Let that be our hater
prevalent.
Flag. I want to get that comment framed and put on my wall. And then when we hit 1 billion views, I'm going to point to it, and be like, really?
And that's the other thing too. We are literally just two fucking nerds who are talking about shit that we like, and not everybody's going to agree. We're not experts. We've never said that we were.
No,
we are only basing our opinions and what we think off of what we like and what we've read. I try to be
eligible. You try to research. Or?
Yeah. I try to be open to ideas that I don't have or that are not mine and that might make more sense or whatever. Like Batman versus Daredevil. The reason why I posed that question to Zane, one, because he's the quote unquote
number one
biggest Daredevil fan, and two, I see those characters in a very similar fashion.
You should have done.
But of course, Moon
Knight's the polar opposite of Batman. Like you could have. To me, those are the same character. Well,
I think
I won't say that because people are going to come in the comments and be like,
I think that if I were to ever officially write a comic book for those two characters fighting each other, I would either end it where they're both like, "What the fuck are we doing? We have bigger fish to fry."
Well, that's
Batman's.
I'm sick of that. Dude, I'm sick of that. I want to see people fight just for no reason. I don't need a reason. That's why I used to like the Bat and the Sun productions. They used to do this versus thing where they put like two characters from different universes against each other. And it was all filmed in live action. They had Jason David Frank come on to do White Ranger versus Scorpion, I think was from Mortal Kombat. It was cool as shit. And they did like Red Hood versus Punisher, and they've done like Batman versus... They had a whole thing. It was really cool. And they actually have a new movie coming out in theaters, which I thought was cool. It's a new Jason David Frank movie that he filmed before he died.
Yeah, something White Dragon or...
Legend of the White Dragon.
Yeah.
So it is not Power Rangers, but it is heavily influenced by Power Rangers.
It's about as much Power Rangers as, what was it, Mighty Morphin, or was it Pussy, whatever the fuck?
No. It's more Power Rangers than that. No. They actually take this serious, first of all. Okay. Second of all, the suit is very much inspired by his white tiger costume from...
Sure.
Or I think it's like a mixture of the white tiger and his like Lord Draken evil ranger thing. So that looks cool. That's coming out apparently in theater. I think Regal is doing like premieres of that. So I don't know. But that's cool. I like Bat and the Sun Productions. Go check out their YouTube sometime, especially for this versus shit. I think that's really cool. So,
but yeah, I don't know. I just think that's fun. Ultimately, I'm not censoring anything unless you're just a fucking, unless you're just like beyond the pale, just if you're just hopping on and you're just,
let people hop on and be trolls. Fuck them.
I'm okay with trolling though. Like that's the thing. Like you can get on and you can pretty much say what you want, but there is a line I feel like that's just like, oh, you're not even talking about the video. You're not even talking about the show. Like you're just it's just whatever.
No. Let Gerald Broflovsky get on the internet with his glass of wine and fucking troll us all day long. Don't censor people. I don't give a fuck. You can clip that. You can put that clip of Gerald trolling professionally. If you
nice
17 minutes.
The two other things. One, the episode with Zane, the special bonus pod or whatever, has posted, and I'm proud of it. I love it, but I should have done a better job in prepping for it and have taken care of the echo that is throughout that episode.
So I was going to mention it in the episode, but it would come and go, and I thought maybe it was just something I was hearing. I thought it was like
no. So honestly, what I thought it would be, I heard it and it distracted me. That's why throughout the episode I'm talking even more so in like little spurts, is because I would say something, I would wait for the echo to end, and then I would continue saying it because it would just throw me the fuck off. But I should have taken a few extra steps for like quality, which is really weird because I'm usually on top of shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but I also didn't think it would be caught in the recording. I thought it was just something that I was hearing in like my monitoring. And
also, speaking of technical difficulties, your camera keeps unfocusing and refocusing. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
It's because of this.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. It's because of that. And it's because it's like, wait, what do I focus on? It's glitching out.
Technology be stupid. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I need to figure out a better setup for that. But so there's that. Go check it out. The Zane episode, it's good. Yeah, it's long, but it's detailed, and we cover a lot of shit. The second thing that I'm learning when it comes to our shorts that I post, I have always been under the impression that 30 seconds or less is the best when it comes to shorts because people have the attention span of a gnat. Then you have the added factor that nerds are different.
They are. They're built different. They want to watch, because especially if you you get them on that hook and you
right. But there's 100% a limit. I can't just post a 2.5 hour short because that's no longer a short. But what I need to do is
like
because like
max. No, slow down. Pause. I got things to say.
We'll get to that. Let me establish my point because it might just be what I got your point. Say.
A minute is fine.
But it's not even that. The short serve thing, not short serve, the soft serve clip that continues to get traffic every day. Dude, the past week, every morning I've woken up, it's like, oh, it's gotten another 200 likes. It's gotten another 200 likes. It's gotten another 1,000. Jesus Christ, like butt dude. Ice cream. People like butt ice cream. But that clip is 2 minutes long. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess if the pacing is good and the content is good, then it doesn't fucking matter how long it is. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do that. Starting with this episode, I'm just gonna.
I wouldn't make all of them 2 minutes, but I would kind of feel it out. It's like with my drawing ones, I was doing way shorter, and then I got to a point where I'm like, I can't fit in as much as I need to in under a minute for the drawing. I can't speed it up that fast. Now I could just do like a fadeaway, which I've done on TikTok, where I've like erased something and then there's the drawing, it's just up. That's fine, but I like having those shorts where I'm actually drawing it, so especially promoting like human made content. But I am mad at you for the Moon Knight Blocky short because like you showed it for like half a fucking blink and then it went
it was
you didn't even show a figure, you son of a bitch.
It was a second. It got the point across and you saw the box.
Yeah, and then but the thing at the bottom, the details was like Blockies be cooking, and it's like you didn't even show the fucking figure, you son of a bitch. It was like whoop gone, and I was like, what the fuck? Fuck you, Robert. I commented on it too.
I know you did. And I purposefully did not respond.
Yay! Speaking of comments, though, the Morph comment has been in my brain for a week.
That's all right. That's why we're recording with Zane tonight, because Zane was big with that too. He was just like, not putting Storm in your top 10 is diabolical.
No. And regardless of the top 10, just Morph. I wanted to just briefly touch on Morph and get this out of my system.
Oh, you're talking about his power?
Look here, cocksucker. First of all, Morph's not even an X-Man. His name was Changeling, and they made him into Morph for the cartoon. So any powers that he has that are established in X-Men 1995 or X-Men 97 are his powers. That's how he exists. And for you to say that X-Men 97 doesn't count is fucking stupid. You have to be able to take every single character in comic books from any medium and apply it all together. We do that with Batman, we do it with Superman, we do it with all kinds of things. So to disregard something just because you don't like it is bullshit to the character, disservice to him entirely. Secondarily, shut up. Third, we did talk about it in the podcast a little bit, but to go more in depth, his powers approximate things. No, it does not give him the mutant powers of someone else, technically, because he's not Rogue. But he can approximate super strength. He can approximate certain things.
The detail that I got when I was doing the research and doing the looking up, because I knew the subject was going to come up, is that things that are like meta-human shit, he can
he can't copy psionic abilities and shit like that.
Right.
But if it's like a physical trait, yes, he can, because it's like at a molecular level. He's not reproducing X genes.
Right.
But if somebody's got like high tensile muscle bullshit thing, yes, he can probably make himself bulletproof.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in one of the cartoons he changes himself into Wolverine, and he does the claws, but the claws are strong. Kind of soft and whatnot. But
Sauron, the pterodactyl, he transforms into him and flies.
Right.
Flight is an ability.
So,
I'm just saying, like, you're getting very particular about my boy Morph.
Well, I mean, but that kind of goes into what we were just talking about too, with people commenting on whether or not Batman could take on Daredevil.
God,
and
it's just irritating because it's like, it's been 97, isn't it? Shut up. It's a direct continuation of the 1995 show. Shut up. Also, I know they killed Morph off in the original show, so the only reason they brought him in there was to kill him off, apparently, but it is a whole thing. Regardless, shut up. Just enjoy it. We'll talk more about it with Zane, but just shut up.
So,
okay, so other people that piss me off are the Batmobile people. Yeah.
So, I meant to pull out like examples and just be like, all right, Paul, what about this one? Because the biggest by a large margin of suggestions that like break your Venn diagram was Batman Beyond.
Okay, so I've got the Venn diagram up. We're gonna jump right into this because I'm tired of everybody.
Also, I don't think people realize it's like it wasn't meant to have every example.
No. It wasn't. It was not meant to have every example. This was just
in on that.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Zoom in, buddy.
I can't zoom in anymore. If I zoom in anymore, you lose the Venn diagram. What do you mean zoom in?
Just like, can you F11, like full screen it to get rid of your extra bullshit that's around it?
Nope, I full screened the other thing. Hold on.
Nice.
No.
Okay.
No, I cannot.
Okay.
I don't think. Anyway.
That's fine. That's whatever.
Shut up. Leave me alone. Anyway, so the other, whenever it was, what, last week?
Yes.
We did I did a Venn diagram where I'm like, we have the long boys, what I consider the best Batmobiles. I should have wrote that instead of good Batmobile. We have the tanks, which are ones like the Tumbler and the Arkham Knight one.
Right.
And we have just the cars, which are just like this. And then we have those that meet up in the middle of these things. And that's kind of where we just, I was like, oh my God, that's the basis for all Batmobiles ever. Sure. I don't think I said anything as definitive as that, but I found some more. I found some more examples to kind of plug into the Venn diagram, but I also have my exceptions. So just to kind of, because there were a couple comments that brought some up. So one of them is this car. This is the from the Batman cartoon show. Some people brought this up that it was the second car that he gets later. Yes, it's this one.
Okay, that's a long boy.
So this is a long boy. Yeah. It is still just like an adaptation of his little Bugatti down here. Like it's stretched. So I would say that, yeah, he does start to go into long boy territory a little bit more than car. So it's like just a bit in the in-between here, right? So that was one sort of example. So we did bring that up, that he does improve over time. So that's good. Love that. I still don't like that car, but whatever. And then we have the Batmobile from Caped Crusader, which is the new animated series.
Pause.
Yeah.
Somebody did make the comment. It's like, oh, well, what about his earlier shit? You made a comment about that.
I did.
And I left it in the short about like the red, cars. Like old school, like just a car. Like it's just a fucking car.
It was just a car, the old like black and white show. This is just a car. I'm sorry.
Or even like just the original Batmobiles. They were just fucking limos or whatever.
Yeah. This from Caped Crusader is just a car. I'm sorry. That's just a car. I have found, though, looking through, that there aren't a lot of tank ones. I thought this was a more popular category, but it's not. The next one I had, this one kind of goes into long boy tank mode, though. This is from Gotham Knights. This is the Batmobile you see for about 2 seconds, and you never get to drive it. This, and they wonder why the game failed. So that kind of ends up in the in-between here. We get long boy tank. So that was kind of where I was going with, like, a lot of these, no matter where you pull them from, tend to fit into this Venn diagram. This one up here, this one is actually from a flashback of Batman the Animated Series. It's an episode called The Mechanic. And in The Mechanic, the Batmobile gets fucked up and he has to go see Earl Cooper. And Earl Cooper reminisces about when Batman needed an updated Batmobile. So even Kevin Conroy, the GOAT, had a bullshit, that's just a car. This one does kind of fit almost into long boy territory. I hate how this controls. So I'd kind of put it in the middle. It is just a fucking car, though. I think this is more of a reference to that old, like, black and white style Batman.
What is it? Year One that has the big fucking bat face on the front?
I think so. The big bat face resurges from time to time.
Right.
Sorry, I got shit everywhere.
So, I did tend to tell people when it came to the Batman Beyond thing that you'd probably just be like, that's an aircraft.
So getting into that. So this was just to kind of give you an idea. Like, I could almost pull Batmobiles from anywhere else and it'll still fit into this Venn diagram somewhere. We do have exceptions. There are exceptions to the rule. We're going ahead and get this one out of the way. Absolute Batman. It doesn't fit. It's not a tank. It's not a car. It's not a long boy. It's a fucking utility
It's a big-ass dump truck.
It's a dump truck. I don't know where to put that.
Honestly, no. I probably could. I would argue that it is a tank.
So The reason I wouldn't classify it as a tank is just when I say tank, I'm using tank very broadly, and I need to calm down with that. The reason I call him tank is just kind of that Tumblr ass. Like they seem to all have
No. I get what you're
from
saying.
Tumblr. I should have done Tumblr because there is like the Tumblr tank kind of Batmobile, and then but this one, the Absolute Batman, just doesn't fit into any of those categories. Neither really does his gyropod thing. And it's not that I hate that. I'm glad for it because I love when a Batmobile will just really step out and be different. And we talked about that last week, I think a little bit, where I'm like, be different, do something new, do something exciting.
I mean, I remember when I saw him bust out in that thing, and I was legitimately like, what? Holy shit.
That's the reaction I want from these, man. I don't want to be like, Batmobile. But this is also in reference to the other thing we talked about, how a Batmobile should be reflective of the Batman who drives it.
Right.
And this, absolutely. He's a construction worker. He's a big boy. This is him. Like, so he's got his own unique shit because he's cool as fuck. And then the other exception, I could not work it into anything, is the Batman Beyond bullshit thing. It is technically a car because in Batman Beyond there are flying cars. I'll give it that.
That's an aircraft.
Fine. It's an aircraft, kind of. On one hand, I'm like, is it just a modified Batwing? Is it just his plane? On the other hand,
well, the other question
it is kind of a car.
In Batman Beyond, he doesn't have an aircraft, right?
Batwing. No, as far as I know, he doesn't have a Batwing.
I didn't
because he doesn't need it. He has jetpack feet, and he has this that flies.
Right. It's an aircraft, so it's not a Batmobile.
It is a Batmobile.
Also, he never refers to it as a Batmobile, does he?
I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've watched Batman Beyond, but I will say I'm not going to list this from Batmobiles. I will just say it is one of the 2 exceptions to the rule that I have been able to find. If anyone else out there is willing to prove me wrong, please go ahead and give me another exception to the rule. But as far as I am totally aware, these 2 Batmobiles are the only exception to my Venn diagram. Everybody else fits in this. Everybody. Even the bullshit like Ninja Turtles one and the Living Hell Batmobile, and literally a Batmobile from any fucking... what does Lego Batman's Batmobile look like? I'm sure it fits.
I guess that's really just which one.
Yeah, there's like 90 of them. But from the Lego movie, it's a tank. That bitch is a tank. What the fuck? Yeah. That's a long boy tank. So look, it fits right here in the middle, just like a lot of them. So I just wanted to be very clear on my standing with Batmobiles and get some of that out of the way for all the people, to appease the masses. All the people asking about fucking Batman Beyond. Shut up. I covered it. I did it. It fits. Well, not the Batman Beyond one. It's an exception to the rule. Everything else fits. So my point is,
it does seem like Batman Beyond, the official name of that vehicle, is Batmobile.
Okay.
But
so it's an exception. And I mean, that's good. It's good to be an exception. It's good to not fall into a pattern.
Right. I agree.
Which that's why the Tumblr was okay at first, I think. I just don't like it because I like long boys, and I said that last week.
Yeah,
I
like the long boys too.
But it did have me in a funny sort of, because I was thinking about my Venn diagram this morning as I was in the twilight between being awake and being asleep. And I had a funny thought. Does Gotham City not have late night gridlock traffic? And if so, does Batman quite often just sit in traffic listening to like Bat radio? I've never seen him. So the other thing is, okay, so then is he fighting all crime at like 2 or 3 in the morning, blowing up cars and shit? I'm sure the citizens can't appreciate that. And then it's like, okay, but does Commissioner Gordon work like overnight?
there have been instances.
I've seen him driving in the day.
Right, but there have been instances of like Gordon being woken up in the bed by a phone call, or
that motherfucker's just on call
Batman,
for Batman. It's crazy.
Is avoiding traffic by using like a.
I've seen the GPS thing where they'll pick different routes, or they'll go underground, or they'll fucking
right, and he'll use like the little grapple hook on the side of the car to make a hard turn or whatever, and take a different route. Or
9 times
whatever.
out of 10, though, that motherfucker never gets caught in traffic. We never just see Batman chilling with a cup of coffee in traffic. No. And I'm just like, how have you been able to drive this long bitch?
Also, so here's what I imagine. I imagine that what happens is before he's taken off from the cave, heading downtown,
he's printed out some map quests.
He's searched. He's called out for Alexa and said, "Hey, how's traffic to the police department?" And she's like, "It fucking sucks, Bruce." And he's like, "All right, Batwing it is."
Jettisons and Batwings, yeah. You'd have to. But I'm like, anytime there's a high-speed pursuit, how do they not get stuck in traffic? How are they able to carry on those long fucking pursuits?
I mean, how are high-speed pursuits done now? Like, cops close off parts
But do you see that shit in New York very often? Do you see, like, people in armored trucks with Tommy guns avoiding every single fucking bit of traffic? Like, I get it. It's a 1940s ass feel that Batman always kind of goes for. So like Gotham's not always bustling, but I feel like modern day Gotham would be packed, like New York or some shit.
I mean, and he's just especially if he's driving around with the tumbler and all that, he's just busting through cars and shit and probably murdering people.
We did see that some in The Dark Knight where he was just riding up walls and off the top of roofs.
Right.
Yeah.
If anybody is going to have a contingency for bad traffic, it's going to be Batman.
Got a contingency for traffic. All right. Well, I was just thinking about it. It was a funny thought.
I mean, and I feel like that's the least stretch of all possible contingencies that Batman has, because we have a contingency for bad traffic. Yeah. Why not? He probably has like some military grade ass GPS thing too.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
That makes us all on some level Batman when we avoid traffic.
Yeah, I believe it. We're all a little Batman inside.
We are all a little Batman inside.
We like tinkering with stuff and bossing our British butlers around. You like that? You like that alliteration? Bossing British butlers?
No.
Fuck you!
All right, Paul.
Basil bosses British butlers bustlingly.
Peter Piper picked a patch of
Speaking of Gotham, I read this bullshit, Absolute Batman, and I had a question.
Okay.
Is Gotham just out in the fucking boondocks in Absolute's universe?
What do you mean?
So, this is the second time in Absolute Batman's history where it's just been like, on the outskirts of Gotham. And they show Harley's childhood home, the Crooked House.
Right.
And spoiler, heavy spoiler, it is directly connected to Arc M.
Right.
Which means it's part of Gotham, but that shit's out in the weeds. Like, it is a empty, middle of nowhere ass field, Courage the Cowardly Dog style. You can literally, Robert, clip in the house from Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's the house that's in this book. It is just a little crickety fucking house in the middle of goddamn nowhere, but it's like on the outskirts of Gotham. And you don't see the city in the background. And it's like she prepares to go to school at one point, but it's like, bitch, what school bus is picking you up out here? And then earlier in the Scarecrow
maybe it's just
book,
like a subdivision of Gotham or something.
We made the joke that bitch walked barefoot from like Iowa or some shit because he was in cornfields. But like now I'm starting to think that's just outside Gotham. It's just a big farming community.
Well, but I mean, if you go to like Chicago or New York or whatever, and you go not far out of that city, you're just like, all right, well, this is just fucking land.
This was like barren desert. Like Midwest,
right?
Nebraska.
Also, there's a lot of shit because there's like what? How old is Harley? Do we think now in like the current timeline?
20.
Like mid-20s, early 20s,
early 20s, yeah.
So because Batman's early 20s, so I think it even says what 9 or 12 years ago or something along those lines. We're
a
talking
whole
about
city
her.
isn't going to go up in 12 years, though. No
No,
matter
but a
how
lot
many
of shit can happen.
400-pound, 7-foot-tall engineers you have working on them.
Yeah,
he drops more buildings than he builds.
I mean, yeah, it's job security, but it's like a lot can happen in a place like Gotham.
Yeah,
in a city that has an entire like army of billionaires. If you're a city and you're big enough to have multiple secret societies of billionaires, you can probably do a lot in 12 years.
I don't know. It's a good book though. I got the Brett Bean cover.
Yeah,
because I love Dork and I love Brett Bean. And if I ever meet this man, I'm going to get him to sign this Harley Quinn.
That's a good cover. That's a really good cover.
It was really fun. The book was good. You read it, yeah?
I did.
Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
Shit. I lost my phone.
So
I had screenshots, but I lost my phone. Where the fuck did my phone go?
It's fine.
It's fine.
So in Absolute Batman number 22, the biggest thing is, well, a good majority of the book, if not all of the book, is talking about Harley's origin and her relationship with her mom and dad. And then the discovery of who her mom becomes and who her dad is and becomes. So spoilers, use the little links in the description to skip this part if you don't want spoilers. That's why I put them there.
Well, I also did a spoiler a second ago, so.
Yeah. Why are you listening to this if you don't want spoilers? So Jack Grimm is her dad.
Sure enough.
Which means Harley's dad is the Joker in this world.
Robert,
and he calls her Puddin'.
Yeah. Robert figured it out about 2 pages after I did, which I thought was funny because he was reading it as I was in a party with him. Like,
yeah. Which is funny because I'm not normally. I normally am like,
you don't pick up on stuff.
We're gonna get to it, and I was like, it was probably because I was in the party with you, where I was like, is he?
I think I just rub off on you. I think my ADHD pattern recognition is starting to get to you.
I mean, it's I might have done it naturally anyways, because that's kind of like a thing. They were purposefully hiding his identity throughout the beginning of that book until the reveal. And then you adding on the whole, like, I'm just waiting for you to hit the page. I'm waiting for you to get to the page. And I'm like, all right, so there's going to be something. And man, I was coming up with some theories, and some of them I was like, I would be all right with this, or this would be cool. Like, I think at one point in time, I even suggested that Alfred was her dad. Or
yeah, you did, because he was in France.
Right. And I was like, okay, yeah, this would be kind of cool. Just whatever.
But I was trying not to spoil it, yeah.
No, Joker is her dad, and he calls her Puddin'.
So some other little thingies that happened throughout the book. We got to look at 2 new villains from the Absolute Universe.
We sure did.
3. We got Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Yeah.
Over here, tied together. And then you can briefly see it right there. Calendar Man. Absolute Calendar Man is in a cycle of rebirth within himself, which is insane.
I thought that was weird and creepy and kind of awesome for that character. I also wonder if it represents like how, the New Year, New Me, New Year's resolution kind of.
So I think it's kind of that, because you know how he normally has the months imprinted around, or at least that's the newest thing since like Arkham City did it. And James Gunn doubled down on it with his brother having that too, as Calendar Man and Suicide Squad. This one, he didn't have the months. He had Roman numerals going around, which either indicates that he's more like an egg timer, or he's like a sundial, or he's, so it seems more like, I don't know. It says rebirth, and I think with the tattoos around the head, we all instinctively just think Calendar Man, and some part of me almost doesn't think it's Calendar Man, and I just say that because they had Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the other one. And it could be somebody else. It could be, with the timer thing and the rebirth thing, it could be like any number of other people. But I would think like the Roman numerals might be a giveaway to something. And it could be potentially, I'm just going to throw out names here. It could be Humpty Dumpty, who we haven't seen in Batman in a while. It could be,
I don't think so. I think the tattoos on the forehead is on purpose a giveaway that it's Calendar Man.
I think that, but I don't know, man. The rebirth thing seems weird. It could just be Calendar Man. Maybe I'm wrong, but they don't specifically say anything. With Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they're twins, and they say D-dum, D-dum. That's a dead giveaway.
That's a little bit more on the nose.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like, maybe it is Calendar Man, but like, there is a reason why it's Roman numerals instead of the months. Because doesn't it come back around in? Hold on, let me do this. Like, that's 1, 2, 3, but then it comes back around. That's not
12? Is there a 12? Okay, so it is 12. So it is 12 months.
I guess it is. It can be.
So it is Calendar Man. No, because on the old man body, it's an X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it is Calendar Man. Maybe I'm overthinking it because I assume they're gonna just try to like juke us here, but
because that would be par for the course.
Yeah. And because I can't find my phone, we got a really cool shot of. I'm gonna move this. This is in my way. We got a cool shot of.
Oh God, you're gonna make it horrible for me. At least turn it to you.
I'm trying. We got a cool shot of Harley's mom, like immediately after.
Or just reach around to the other side of the microphone,
dude. Because it's like,
I'm sorry for everyone's ears now.
Shit. Okay. We got a cool shot of Harley's mom.
Yeah. Dr. Arkham.
As a Arkham. Dr. Arkham.
Dr. Arkham.
She might be related to Arkham. I didn't even consider that.
Oh. Well, I was wondering about that too, because in the annual they talk about actual Dr. Arkham.
Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And that's why, because Harley straight calls her Doctor. She was Dr. Arkham. She didn't say Arkham. She says Dr. Arkham.
Yeah.
And then she ran so far away.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on here, whether this is just a part of her memory or whatever. Like where shit was wrapping around her mom. That was very strange. Batman broke her hammer, and then he went to his daddy's grave and set down the cowl and wants to just give up being Batman.
Yep.
Then we get the big reveal that Jack Grimm is her daddy.
Yep.
And then she runs out into the middle of fucking nowhere. He does get a call. Batman gets a call. Like, he looks for the grave. Thomas isn't in the grave.
Right.
And then he gets a call from Scarecrow, and we see an old man naked, chained up in a cell, supposedly Thomas Wayne. But the whole thing in this book was like, even if it's true, it's not true. And how Scarecrow uses like fake outs and blah, 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 all kinds of shit to fuck with people.
Right. So it's definitely a really good book, and it 100% sets up other paths for the story to go, whether it's further down Harley's family line, whether it's Humpty Dumpty, or not Humpty Dumpty, but Tweedledee and Tweedledum and Calendar Man, and like it's interesting. Another thing that I wanted to point out that I thought was kind of cool, the fact that Scarecrow is a product of Ark as well, and the idea. Because for the longest time, like you hear about, well, the only reason why Gotham has all of these huge villains like Joker and Scarecrow is because of Batman. So like, you have Batman because you have the Joker and Scarecrow.
Yeah,
and all these
it's all
crazy
reversed now.
So I don't know. It's just interesting that
Batman
in the
didn't
end,
really make any of these villains.
In this world, all of them are created from the same place, with exception of Harley, I guess.
I mean, you could say Harley's influenced by, just like Riddler and Penguin and Two-Face. They're influenced by, they're not really made by.
But the only reason why the Riddler is Riddler and Two-Face is Two-Face and Croc is because of Bane and Arkham.
I think out of all of Batman's friends, other than Catwoman and Waylon, those other three, they were always that. They just needed that push over the edge to fully accept it, because they went full tilt into it almost immediate. They were always these characters. They just didn't have that initial. They didn't have enough rage or whatever.
I think it's just how they process that situation. Like, you can have two people go through the same like traumatic event and come out two different ways because of how they handle
but we saw Two-Face want to go into vigilante style justice for things that people got off on that he put away, and he wouldn't have gone full tilt if he wasn't pushed. Like, he was already wanting that. On some level he had to have been. Same with Penguin and his criminal empire, and same with Riddler and his puzzles. It's like, now who gives a fuck? We've been broken to the point of no return. Why not? The mask has been literally torn off.
Right. You don't have a reason to keep
we can't
the
hide.
Facade up.
Yeah, we can't hide who we really are anymore.
I see.
And it's that kind of thing.
I mean, Catwoman, she was never
always
in Arkham. She was always Catwoman. And absolute Catwoman points towards that because she has her Calico gang, like her group of cat women.
Which is very Harley in the Red Hood gang. And
yes. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, that's not true. I mean, Harley, considering her mom, she's kind of like a early product of Arkham, but not.
That's what I'm saying.
Really.
Like Harley, Two-Face, Penguin, Riddler, they weren't directly tied to Arkham. They were just kind of a byproduct of what people tied to Arkham did. Like, Bane fucked up those three guys, and then Harley gets fucked up by her mom. It's like the transitive property.
Sure.
Yeah. You exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
is amazing.
Overall, it's undoubtedly. I mean, it's a good book. It sets up for future storytelling, and
it was good. There's very not many absolute Batman books I don't like. So
yeah. Even hey, we're not going to have a big, huge fight. We're not going to have things. We're just going to have like some subtle reveals. Or we're going to have some story building. Or we're going to have something kind of building up towards the next arc. Like, yeah, even those are just kind of like, I don't know. It's really cool to see where it's coming. I did see an article where Scott Snyder apparently has the series planned out through issue 50.
Yeah, I send that to you on the gram.
Gotcha. But yeah, sounds cool.
Real quick, because I looked at my action figures on the wall, and they reminded me of something.
Okay.
They're coming for all of my hobbies, Robert. The fucking investor bros and the fucking scalpers. All I wanted was the Marvel Rivals Punisher from Marvel Legends figures. Those pre-orders are sold out, and they're being sold for hundreds of dollars. That's a $29 figure. Hundreds.
Yeah. Just wait. Just wait until they come out with another version of it, or until
I'm gonna have to. I have no choice.
Yeah.
Investor bros are ruining all of my shit. God damn it. If you go to a gym and you wear a tank top and a stupid backwards hat and you fucking buy Pokemon cards or action figures or comic books just to sell it, eat shit and die. I hope you fucking slip while doing bench presses and die. Fucking God. Or at least get horribly injured. Jesus fucking Christ, choke on your protein powder and fuck off.
Why are you just assuming that they're all like super like health nuts?
They are, dude. Almost all.
There's a lot of them that are just
there
greasy.
There are a lot of very greasy Dorito dust covered motherfuckers that live in mom's basement. Those guys can fuck off too. I hope you choke on your Locos Tacos, whatever fucking shit from Taco Bell. But Doritos Locos Tacos. You got to say it like Puss in Boots, otherwise it doesn't count.
Those are the rules.
Yeah. But there is a very good, like half of it is that guy, the guy that can't breathe and is pushing kids over in Walmart to get Pokemon cards. And he's literally collapsing under his own weight. And then there's the investor bros that are on the internet, like fucking Logan Paul and shit, that are all that kind of type, that are just pushing people to that. Fuck those guys, man. Stay in your lane. Go back to the gym. Sell protein powder. Stay in your fucking lane. Stay away from my shit. Stay away from the nerd shit. God damn it. And then the other side, the fucking Blizzard employee side, fuck off. You're hurting your own fandom. Shots fired at a very specific person that South Park made fun of. You're hurting your own fandom. Why would you do that? For money? Fuck off, man. Get a job.
I mean, because at the end of the day, that's what matters to them. Because they have shareholders. They have people that
I have a glandular problem and I can't get a job.
Yeah.
Shut up. Although, so you're gonna steal from kids and hurt your own fandom? Fuck off.
That's not stealing. The kids never had it.
Pushing them over in stores and taking it out of their hands and shit like that, I constitute that. I know they don't own it, but that's fucked.
It is fucked.
That is fucked.
It is fucked.
You go to Walmart and take your kid to Walmart and get your kid Pokemon cards because he did good in his grades or whatever, and then you just see some fat fuck leaning on a grocery cart, shoveling shit into his cart. Fuck off.
Fuck off, yes, but that's not stealing.
It's bullshit, though.
That's not theft. It is
theft. It's
depraved
theft of joy.
Behavior.
It's theft of joy, Robert. It is the theft of innocence and joy. If that shit was going on in the 90s, do you know how many moms would have been slitting people's throats?
That shit was going on in the 90s, though.
No.
Yeah.
I was able to buy a Pokemon card every week if I wanted to.
It might not have been Pokemon specific, but that shit was going on in the 90s.
Baseball cards and
various other things. Yeah,
like
exactly.
Black Diamond VHS and...
Right.
Yeah, I fucking hate people. I hate people so much. Jesus. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Hey, Paul, I want to talk about this. I read a lot. I'm not going to talk about everything because then we would be here for forever.
Just do a quick recap. Just like fast forward through.
So I read the newest Barbara Gordon breakout. It's meh.
Okay.
It's just meh.
Yeah.
I read the newest.
We get it.
Yeah. I read the newest Absolute Catwoman. It's good. A little bit more storytelling. It's giving a little bit more background to her and her gang. And why they matter, and she's kind of
so is that
running
who attacked her in the first book?
Do what?
Is that who attacked her in the first book? I didn't get the second book because I didn't like the first one. Okay,
and she's basically like so. That group was together. They were doing things as like young teenagers, like getting into thievery.
Yeah, I was a mad thief as a teenager. I think we all were.
I believe that. I was not.
I forgot. You're a good Christian boy. You didn't do any thievery.
I won't say anything, but I did not like shoplift or anything like that.
I murdered a man.
But yeah, they split up and they're kind of like going over what happened to them. And along with the story, she's running into the past members of that group.
Okay.
In various ways, and she's kind of like
any good reveals of characters in that group?
Not really. Like it's not to me. Like I mean, it's her friend Holly, but that's pretty standard.
I would I would find it interesting
Catwoman.
if they use that as a way to introduce Helena, the Huntress, as part of the. I think that would be neat. Get absolute.
That would be
Huntress
kind of
up in
cool.
here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, overall, absolute Catwoman. It's fine. It's just story building and giving you a little bit of background to her. Barbara Gordon is meh. It's fine. But
Yeah.
the book that I read,
book
it
is
didn't
on
come out
fire.
last week, but the book, Ordained.
Oh, your boxing president guy or preacher or whatever.
Boxing president. What the fuck? So, I first off,
What
this book, it's a short series. It's a mini series. There's only 4 books, 5 if you count the special. The third book is about to come out, or it came out like this past week, I think is what it was. Anyways, Zane was talking about it. Not on the episode. I think it was after you got off. And the way he described it was John Wick, but as a priest. And I thought, well, I really like John Wick, and this sounds really awesome. And he could not have been more right. It's 100% that this guy is a priest, is a Catholic priest. He is requested to come to the hospital to do last rites for like the crime boss in that area, the mafia boss. And then it turns out that the boss doesn't die. And so now he has a problem because the priest knows all of his shit. And so he does what crime bosses do and puts a hit out on him. And little did they know that this priest is like ex Black Ops, whatever, basically fucking John Wick.
Why doesn't the boss die?
Miracle.
He just can't die?
No, he can die. He still has like the blood, like the disease or whatever it was that the doctors expected him to die from. But for whatever reason, he had a turnaround and he ended up getting better. And they're like, you still have it. Take it easy.
I thought there was some like supernatural.
No. This is actually very like grounded. It seems like there's no. It's about as grounded as like a Jason Bourne movie is,
because I was going to be thoroughly more interested if it was supernatural. Something I don't ever really see is that sort of back and forth with. Usually, good guy has supernatural abilities, and then there's bad people.
Oh, and then the bad guy has supernatural abilities, but not the good guy.
Yeah, if we had that reverse, because like for instance, it was starting to remind me a little of the Preacher, which I love Preacher.
Okay,
the show was pretty good,
right?
But he has the word of God and can like command people to do stuff, and more or less he's fighting like crime bosses throughout the whole fucking thing. So that's where the vibe was kind of catching me sort of similarly.
Gotcha.
But that. I mean, that does sound good. You know, John Wick, Preacher. Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, and it was suggested. I don't really know. No, Zane
had suggested it.
He posted a video where it was in his pools and he was talking about it. He's like, pick this up before it becomes a show or a movie. It's basically John Wick.
It'll be a movie.
Yeah, oh, guaranteed. Dude, it's fucking sick.
Dude, John Wick fever is a problem.
It's really, really, really good. And on top of that, it like the printing quality of that book is top notch. The cover feels great. The pages feel great. It's not all just one like a wax paper feel, like mesh of whatever. There are no ads throughout the book, which you would appreciate. Like it's really, really good. Really, really fucking good. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. 10 out of 10, amazing. Ordained. Pick it up or wait for the trade or wait for the movie or whatever TV show. But it's really, really, really good. Yeah. What did you?
That's awesome. So I also was I was trying to think of that movie name. Where I was saying like John Wick fever is a problem because we have like 4 movies that are basically just that now. There's Love Hurts, Nobody 2. There's another one with the same guy from Nobody, and it's basically the same thing. It's in a like small town, and it's cops or something. And then there's also, I guess you could say, The Accountant with Ben Affleck. It's kind of similar to it.
I actually like It count.
Because they did a second one. But
anyway. Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk, yes.
Nobody. Better Call Saul.
Yes. Dude, nobody? Have you seen that movie?
I have not.
Dude, go watch it now. I don't know about the second one, but the first one's fucking awesome.
Okay.
His dad is played by Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great movie.
Christopher Lloyd?
Yes, Christopher Lloyd.
Okay.
The one with the town is called Normal.
Normal.
And he's a sheriff. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like Bob Odenkirk, so
dude.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody is a phenomenal movie. It is very John Wick, but it is so good.
Okay.
It does not start like John Wick though, at all. But it is good. I read this Rocketeer Infiltrator. Robert.
Oh yeah.
When you think of Disney's The Rocketeer, what do you picture? I guess Disney doesn't own Rocketeer anymore. I don't know what that is. But what goes in your mind when you think Rocketeer? Like what does he do?
He rockets, he flies around. He's got it's a very like, I'm trying to think in my head. It's almost like a steampunk type theme for him, not necessarily his surroundings, because it's like 1930s, 1940s.
Because they do like airships and stuff sometimes, so it's kind of
right. I think how much I don't like his little fin on his helmet.
Well, it's aerodynamic.
Right. No, I get it. I just don't like the
So
design.
Rocketeer, he has a jetpack. He fights Nazis. That's his whole thing.
And cool leather jacket. Yes.
Yeah, he's the flying Indiana Jones.
Sure, that's fair.
Literally everything on that cover right there that you have pulled up is exactly what happens in the book. That's it. He flies around. He shoots Nazis. It's World War II. There's a spy, and his girlfriend's a star. The end.
Okay.
That guy over there in the bottom.
Fly around? Does he have a rocket?
Yeah, he has a jetpack. He flies around and he shoots Nazis, and he forgets that the barrels of guns are hot, I guess, and grabs one and goes, ah. And then the spy down there is Charles Ballard, which is just supposed to be a James Bond stand-in, because he's like, the name's Ballard, Charles Ballard. And I'm just like, okay. And he says it's the last page of the book. And he says it with such pomp and circumstance, and I'm like, am I supposed to know who the fuck this is? I had to go to Google to look it up. This is the first time he ever appeared. It's just this book. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And it took so long to get there. Right. And it's like, there's so much talk. I'm probably not going to pick up the next one. I love The Rocketeer, but nothing happened that I don't expect from The Rocketeer already. And I'm a big Rocketeer fan. I always have been.
Right. I mean, that's the reason why I pointed it out in the last.
Yeah, I've talked about it.
Last week.
I actually found, when I was a child in the 90s, I had this puzzle. And this is the same puzzle that I've had since I was a kid. You can tell because it's all fucking old and bent up and shit. And I would take this bitch apart and put it back together 100 fucking times. I have been a fan of The Rocketeer forever. And that book is so disappointing.
Okay.
It made me sad.
Because the way you describe it was like, that sounds like The Rocketeer. It's kind of like what you would expect.
But that's all it is. It's like, how many of these books have they had? Can we do something different, nuanced? Can we add new elements than just him, pow, to Nazis and being done?
Being The Rocketeer?
There's only so much of the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that. I don't know what I expected, but it's like when I pick up a book, for instance, I read Clayface Celebrity Dirt.
Right.
This was fucking way more interesting than The Rocketeer, because they actually did something interesting with Clayface. They did something new and different. Absolute Batman doing something new and different. Bat Fractions, it's doing something new and different, with the villain being the mayor and a villain being the police. It's like you're doing something different than what people expect.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I already know these characters. Like, everybody already knows the Rocketeer fights Nazis. Everybody already knows that Indiana Jones looks for treasure. Do something different. You know what I mean? Like, get me hooked in on something. Like Moon Knight. I already know Moon Knight fights for the moon. What else is going on in Moon Knight's life? So Mark Spector Moon Knight, now he's got to team up with Blade, and he's got to fight an evil Shadow House. And it's like, that's cool. That's intriguing. Punisher can't kill people? That's awesome for all of 2 books.
Gotcha. I think I get what you're saying. I get it.
Just do something.
So, since you brought it up, what about Clayface?
Did you read it?
Oh, Clueface, I almost said.
Did you read it?
I did not read it. I don't intend to read it, so.
So it was promoted in a way that was like, prepare yourself for the new Clayface movie that's coming out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not that, though. It's not like a promotional material for that, because it definitely takes place in the Bat Fractions universe, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because he immediately, on like the second page, he's just like at Arkham Tower.
Okay.
So I'm just like, okay, so this is Bat Fractions universe?
Although you do see there was anything in the newest Bat Fractions that refers to Clayface or kind of points towards Clayface, but I don't know, maybe a frame or something like that.
They only show Batman one time, and it's in a news clipping where he's fighting Basil Karlo, but it doesn't look like the Bat Fractions, Batman. So I was like concerned. This is very much just a Clayface book. It has absolutely very little to do with Batman.
Okay.
They have him locked up in this superheated box so that he can't reform or anything. And he's like muttering to himself, and he's talking about how he'll never be small and how his name is Basil Karlo. But the doctor that's like interviewing him is like, you're not Basil Karlo. You are, what do you call him? I'm trying to find his name. You are Todd Russell, one of the 8 Clayfaces we know about. And that's interesting because I didn't know there were fucking 8 of them. So we get some like insight on what Clayface is and how they're all tied together. And he's like, do a DNA test. I'm who I say I am. And he's like, Clayface's fake DNA results routinely. Sure. Even if you didn't, all it would prove is that you have the Clayface DNA. The 8 of you are basically the same person as far as biology is concerned.
Interesting.
That's interesting. And he's like, honestly, I'm not either, but I'm sure you're not Basil Karlo. You know why? Because Basil Karlo's a movie star, and you're here. So that just straight up is just like, okay, Basil Karlo exists outside of whoever this guy is.
Right.
So he introduces himself as Basil Karlo, but obviously he has some delusions that he's Todd Russell. I have no idea. Like, they kind of keep it sort of vague there at first, but the doctor's like, no, you're not Basil Karlo. Basil Karlo's out working. He making that cheddar. They also bring up the drug called Renew, RENU, which is what's been like Renew addiction is what led to some of the Clayfaces.
Right. I think that's what started it in the animated series. It's like in a jar, and he's using it to.
I think this book was also meant to start preparing people for the body horror elements of the upcoming Clayface movie.
Gotcha.
Because there's an actress in the first 2 pages that they go to check on. Obviously, she's been using Renew, and her face is completely fucking melted off.
Gotcha. Okay.
It does start leaning hard into horror pretty fast. He escapes, of course, because of course he does. He has to escape. Interestingly enough, 2 Arkham guards go in. One of them's name is Bob. I thought that was a nice reference to Bob Kane. The other one's name is Clay. Bad name for a guard to be guarding Clayface, I think.
Yeah.
So Clayface breaks out, and we get this beautifully drawn, horrific fucking thing of him on the ceiling. Wow. And then he drips down into clay. Okay. And he absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So he tears that motherfucker apart and then steals his identity. and walks out. And I didn't see the name tag at first, but Clay. And I'm like, really? He gets outside, but a guard realizes that Clayface has escaped. And he's like, stop, I'll shoot you. I mean it. Clayface, hold it. And he's like, it's by the way. And he's like, what?
Okay.
And he's like, I'm not a Clayface. I'm the Clayface. The others are just knockoffs, and you have a nice night now. And fucking melts away into the sewer.
That's kind of cool.
That was badass, first of all. And then he tries to shoot him in his already melted head, and it's like, come on, dude. Fuck, what are you doing?
Right.
So he goes around the sewer, and then he comes out, and he's like, but I'm back now. And he sees all the posters of Basil Karlo acting.
Okay.
And he starts questioning whether or not, am I really Basil Karlo or am I Todd Russell? He sees a news report about how, like, Basil Karlo got reformed after years of fighting with the Batman and stuff like that. And, like, he finally got off of Renew abuse. And he started being like a spokesperson for abuse of Renew and started having a renaissance of coming back into movies and TV shows. And what's next? Rumor says Karlo will play the lead in Avenger, an unauthorized biopic of the Batman. And he's like, no comment, but I do love that car. And so I thought that was funny that he'll play Batman in a movie called Avenger. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Whoever's doing the art of this, I need to look into it. I really like the way they exaggerate facial expressions.
Yeah.
It's very well done. I don't know if my camera will focus on it, but the art's really good in this book. So he takes off, like, pissed off, and the newspaper guy that's, like, looking at him, he's like, hey, you look kind of familiar. Who do you look like? And he's like, Basil Karlo. And he's like, no, not that guy. The guy who ate the cheeseburger off the floor. You know him. And which was just really funny. So he's like, where would I go if I were me? And then it cuts to LA, and Basil Karlo has lured a woman to his fucking mansion and is kind of getting, like, threatening with her. Like, you only came here because I bought you a bracelet, and you're here for the money, the looks, the celebrity. It's so predictable. What makes you tick, you know? I thought you were different. I thought you wanted a real human connection. Do you want to see something else you've never seen before? And then it just cuts to her screaming and it's like, ooh.
That's very similar to every other, like, and here's me, and it shows him.
That's the last is that in Clay. So that is kind of hinting that maybe the Basil Karlo that's acting is Todd Russell. And Todd Russell is actually Basil Karlo.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Or it's a piece of Basil that got off, or it's a piece of Todd that got off and believes it's, you know, the Clayface lore is so fucking heavy.
Right.
But the fact that there's 8 of them.
Yeah. So for reference and for the record, the artist for that book is Fran Galan, and I'm trying to look. See, he did a couple of other books, none of them on the level of this for DC. He's done some stuff for Dark Horse, Aftershock Comics, and Boom Studios. Okay. I don't recognize any of these titles, but
I like the way he draws characters. Like, I've got his art page pulled up. Right. He's got such a unique way of drawing. Like, I see some Batman and Catwoman prints here, the lizard fighting Spider-Man. Like, the way he draws them is so unique. Like, dude, there's one with the Iron Fisted. Man, I kind of want to buy some prints from this motherfucker. What the fuck?
Right. Also, Todd Russell, he is an established character. He doesn't have very many appearances, but his first appearance is in Catwoman #4.
Okay.
It looks like it's the 3rd volume or whatnot. It's from 2002. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I mean, he's been around. He's relatively new, but he has been around.
The newest one seems to be Williams.
Volume 3, Catwoman is where he's from.
So there's Karlo, Hagen, Payne, Fuller, Cassius, Malley, Russell, Williams.
That's so many.
That is a lot. Well, because I feel like the first one, the Basil Karlo, was just like the sort of muddy face, right?
Right.
And then we got Hagen, who was in
because
the
he's always
animated
turned up
series.
for starring roles because of how he looks, but he's actually a fantastic actor and blah blah blah.
But they took that story and applied it to Matt Hagen in Batman the Animated Series.
Right.
Because Hagen was the monstrous man of clay, and then I think the Batman had two different clay faces, one that was like a cop and one that was, I don't remember the exact thing. But yeah, Clayface has always been interesting to me. That was one of my favorite villains back in the old animated series, and
I like how they've kept the sort of the design of Clayface, though.
That sort of big muddy ball guy with the yellow crooked teeth. I love the yellow crooked teeth.
Yeah.
That's
like that's 100% animated series Clayface.
My favorite thing, and I think maybe Batman the Animated Series did it first. Maybe they did it in comics first, but it's when he takes his hand and makes it into a ball with spikes and shoots it.
Right. Yes.
They have kept that across multiple versions of Clayface. It's even in the trailer for the Clayface movie coming out. You see his shadow. Cool. His shadow's cast onto an alley, and then you see his hand form into the giant spiked ball. And I'm like, dude, fuck yes, that's awesome. Okay. I had a Clayface toy. It was about this big, and he was hollow, and he had the little spike ball, and you could squeeze him, and it would shoot out.
That's cool. The next book that I read that I'm more than excited about is actually, it's about as I expected, but that is really, really good. Solid 9 out of 10. Dispatch is fantastic. It's basically, excuse me, if you mix Die Hard with MacGyver.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right.
Okay.
Because he is John McClane, but he doesn't fight with only like weapons kind of thing. As a matter of fact, in this book, it's setting up him as a character, and it's kind of making you care about him as opposed to just this random delivery guy into this building. But
he goes into a building.
Yeah,
like so, Nakatomi Plaza kind of thing.
Similar, yeah. It's oh man, I think
dude, I kind of want to read it just for the Die Hard. Then
I don't think it's a bank. I don't remember. They say what the building is, but anyways, he's making deliveries to this building. Mm-hmm. While he's in the building, terrorists enter in from the front of the building. They take out the front guard. They lock the building down. Now you have the trapped delivery guy, and he's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Now he has
do the line. You guys don't get it. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked.
Oh no. He's very much in the. I'm pretty sure I heard a gunshot. There's even a part where he kind of describes what he thinks the gun was, which I know people can do.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, I have to figure out what's going on, why, and where people are, and see if I can't help them out. Because he does have a history
he's like the rescue guy.
Kind of. He has a military background. He has, Black Ops training sort of deal. And anyways, he ends up in this elevator shaft. And he's kind of like crawling up. Anyways, he pokes his head out and he sees like a bunch of people on the floor. There are a bunch of people in there, and they're all scared, and they're like, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, okay, let's do this, and this. Run as far away as you possibly can. Call the cops. Blah, blah, blah. There's, of course, one guy who's trying to take charge, but he's not actually taking charge. So he's kind of like a pseudo alpha male guy. And you're like, I hope he punches him in the face, but he doesn't. While he's talking, one of the like terrorists comes in. He does what he does to take him out. And he's talking about like using a selfie stick. Oh yeah, that's right. He breaks into this packaging and he finds a selfie stick and he uses that to like look out of the window to try to see if he can get an idea of like what's going on with the phone on the selfie stick. Anyway, that's why I was saying it was like MacGyver type deal. But yeah, it's very cool. They only have that.
Like, oh yeah, you used a paperclip and a piece of gum to make a rocket launcher.
Exactly.
And
but the whole premise of this is that and they don't go too much into it in this issue. They're setting him up as a character really, and like why you should care about him. But the premise is that he's left to whatever he can find in his delivery van, like in the packages. So it might be garbage, it might be useful, like the selfie stick, but he's supposed to be resourceful.
That would be a fucking killer video game.
It really would be. It really, really would be.
Like if like you were stuck in an Amazon warehouse and like monsters or robots started attacking, and you just had items were randomly generated into boxes, and you just started having to fucking shuffle through that shit, dude.
Right.
God, anybody that makes video games, if you're listening to this, probably not. That's a killer game.
It would be cool. But yeah, and he's not as like robotic as like John McClane is. He's not as like a hardened LAPD detective. He is very much like your normal guy who had a career doing stuff he probably doesn't want to remember. He actually spends a few pages in a support group for like past veterans, military members with PTSD. He ends up having a blow up with a guy in that meeting, and he's just like, "Fuck you, man," and he walks out, and it's like it's a whole thing. But it's exactly what I wanted for this and for Ordained. It's kind of like palate cleansers. While I like the fantastical, like superheroes and flying around and bulletproof
like,
this or whatever,
down to earth shit down again.
Right, just very grounded, like, okay, this could totally happen, sort of thing. Like it's not too outlandish. I'm definitely down with. Dispatched is an instant pull, a must read if you're remotely interested. If you like Die Hard and or MacGyver, go for it.
I don't like stuff like that. I mean, I like Die Hard. So let me be clear what I mean by that. When I'm reading a comic book, I don't want to read something grounded. I live grounded. I don't want to.
I could see that. Yeah,
like I just like I get where you're coming from, but like as a comic book, like if I read that as a book or saw that as a TV show or movie, it might be more interesting to me. But in a comic book, for me, and I know everybody's got different tastes. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong or whatever. I'm just saying, me personally, I like the fantastical stuff in comics.
Right.
Now, there every now and again, because I think the most grounded stuff I've read that I appreciate in comics is probably bringing it back to Preacher. But even still, it's got supernatural elements to it. There's a fucking vampire and
right,
shit like that. So I was trying to think if there was any other book. I guess Jonah Hex is the most grounded, but it's a Western. So
I would even say maybe The Question. Like you could have a faceless mask.
Yeah, but he also exists in a world of. I like that kind of underdog thing. It's like, man, he ain't got no powers.
Right.
So, but
I get
still
that.
A vigilante thing. I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird.
True.
I do like Die Hard though. Die Hard.
What else did you read? You didn't read anything else?
No.
You didn't read Daredevil?
Oh yeah, let me talk about that.
Yeah. That's right. Your shop didn't get it. Okay. Yeah.
Or it was not on my pool. Found out I actually never added it to my pull list, which is shocking. I sent an email this morning adding everything to my pull list. Corpse Knight, Fireborn, Daredevil. I was like, and I even put in the email, if these are already on there, fine. Right. But I want to make sure. And then next Fireborn is another absolute Batman homage cover. And I requested that one. It's where Bane is standing over Batman.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen it.
So that cover, I put Dork on there. We got, which that's coming out this week. Dork. So I have 3 books this week: Deathstroke, Dork, and Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for me. So I'm probably gonna end up ordering all my absolute Batman homage covers this week, putting them up on my wall. But I was not able to get Daredevil because my store got shysted about 30, 40 copies or something like that.
Yikes.
Of just the A cover. And so they sold out before 3:00.
Yeah, I believe it.
On Wednesday. And I'm just like, bruh. And I'm looking, I'm like, do you guys have just the Daredevil A cover? I didn't want the B or whatever cover it was. It was the fucking soccer cover where he's playing soccer with Bullseye. And I'm like, no. And then the other one was the Magic the Gathering card. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
No. I refuse. Stop. And then I saw another one where I was like,
this
yeah,
bullshit.
That shit sucks. That sucks. Who did that? I know the World Cup going on.
Marvel Stormbreakers cover.
Whatever. That sucks. That sucks so much butt.
Yeah.
He's blind. He shouldn't be out playing soccer. Two, I absolutely hate the Magic the Gathering covers. There was one, it was Squirrel Girl was the card, and it was the cover. And I'm like, oh, did a new Squirrel Girl book come out? And I open it up, it's fucking Uncanny X-Men.
Yep.
That's a Spider-Man card on the cover. Oh, this is Moon Knight.
That's what I didn't like. That's what I didn't like about the was it Batman and Deadpool and then Spider-Man and Superman, because they had books that were like, oh, it's like Rogue and Catwoman or whatever. And you're just like,
now hold up, because the Batman and the Superman and Spider-Man one, all of those covers actually did happen. Because the Superman Spider-Man books were not one story, it was multiple short stories.
Gotcha.
So all of those covers did coincide, like the one I have where it's like Golden Age Superman and Spider-Man Noir. That actually did happen.
Okay.
In the book.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better about that.
So that one, that was good.
Gotcha.
Batman Deadpool, fuck off. Because I would have loved to have seen Harley Quinn and Hulk hanging out. That would have been great.
Since you mentioned your pools, my pools are also Absolute Green Lantern, Absolute Green Arrow, Batwoman, Catwoman, and Deathstroke. So
that's it.
But I'm a Marvel fanboy, remember?
Yeah. There's nothing from Marvel coming out this week that I care about.
Not really, no.
And I think I want to get into Battle Beast, but I feel like I'm way too far behind to get into Battle Beast.
Gotcha.
I was looking at Image and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I won't spoil anything, but as far as Daredevil #4 goes, Dominic, one of the detectives or whatnot that you've talked about before, is an absolute bitch.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy.
Wait, Eyeball Man? What are you talking about?
Because he stepped on an eyeball.
Oh, yes. Anyways, he's a bitch, and you'll see why when you read it.
I'll read it eventually.
And to kind of like, as like a little bit of a teaser, sort of, the owl saves Daredevil.
Leland Owlsley.
Yes.
All right. The old Jew finally got off his ass.
Yes.
It's weird because they've always been villains.
He's still a villain. He's still a villain.
I love that they never did anything with him in the Netflix Daredevil. He was just in the background complaining every fucking time he was on screen.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'm watching that now, and he's just now kind of making and
he's complaining, and he's like, "Fuck you!" He's in his overcoat, and he's like, "Fuck you! Why are we doing this?" And Kingpin's just like, "Leland, I need you to cooperate with me." I love the cadence that he has.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. It's the emotional roller coaster that D'Onofrio gives is awesome. Because like there's the episode that I just watched was at the very end of the first season, and it's when he kills Ben.
Oh, okay.
Or Yorick, and the moment that he says, he's like, I'm not here to threaten you. I'm here to kill you. Like from that point on, the rest of that scene, he's terrifying. Like I couldn't imagine being Ben in that moment, having Kingpin coming after you like that.
Yeah.
But before we either wrap things up or before we move on, I did want to mention that I did read Witness Point.
Oh, okay.
This is that book from Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Filalon.
Yes, Nathan Filalon. It's good. It's good. It's a solid like 7 out of 10.
It's another one of those down to earth bullshit things.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a murder mystery sort of deal. Again, palate cleanser. There's been a theme this week. Can you tell?
Yeah. White dudes in hats.
Yeah, exactly. White dudes in hats.
White dudes in hats.
Which is funny because the other like sort of protagonist in this book, along with the sheriff, is a black FBI like supervisor lady.
And he didn't get to put on the cover.
Yeah,
that's racist.
She's not the main character because the whole book is
it's a woman.
From his
sexist, racist.
It is sexist and racist. But the whole book is from his perspective as the sheriff of this small like circus town, and finding out that the FBI director for that local office, even though you were supposed to use distance in like a large area to put your witnesses for like your witness protection, like they're supposed to be like out in the middle of nowhere, and no 2 witnesses were supposed to be in the same place at one time.
So this town is just full of witness protection people,
basically.
Is that why it's called Witness Point? That's okay. That's kind of funny.
And it's not even actually called. It's Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Right, but it's funny that it would be kind of that the name of the book would be Witness Point, like implying that they've just like, whoopsie poodles, we accidentally put a lot of fucking people here.
It's not officially named Witness Point. It is kind of like the moniker given to it by the FBI director. They internally called it Witness Point.
Did they get tired? They were just like, just put them over here.
the guy, the now retired or dead, they don't really explain it, like head of the FBI office in that region, was just fucking lazy and potentially corrupted. But the new FBI director, the lady that I've already mentioned, she's like kind of cleaning up his mess, and she stumbled upon Witness Point being in existence, and she's like, fuck me. I have to go through and like, move all of this.
I'm just imagining her superior as Nick Cage. And specifically, just keeps thinking about that scene from Spider Noir where he's like drunk and reveals his secret. And he's like, oopsie poopsie. I wasn't supposed to tell you that. You can clip in Nick Cage. Oopsie poopsie.
But there's a, it's a small town. There is a murder
I like that
happens. And now they have to sift through this entire like roster of former con men. I figure out who's the murderer. Oh, also, the person that's murdered presented himself to the sheriff as an FBI agent, but he is not actually an FBI agent. He's faked it. So now it's kind of like even more of a, well, shit. Who's trying to get information on the town? Who's trying to find one of these however many witnesses? Right. So
it's going to turn into that Normal movie we were talking about, where like just a bunch of fucking gangsters are gonna show up in town and start wrecking the place. Or who else did that? Rambo 5 or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
30 Days a Night, but instead of vampires, it's gonna be the mob.
But I dig it. It has a little bit of mystery to it. It has a little bit of little suspense of sorts. Yeah. And I do have Goonerbait, by the way. Yeah.
Before we wrap up things,
and I have a little bit of a story time.
Glorious Thunderbirds and wrap it up. I'll take it.
So this week's Goonerbait, Nightwing and Booty Royale.
Okay.
I want to kind of explain Booty Royale a little bit more because it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, Nightwing number 140 has a Dan Mora swimsuit cover. He's the same guy that did the art for Immortal Legend Batman.
That tiny ass Nightwing butt on the cover somehow.
Yeah. And Booty Royale, never go down without a fight. It's a trade paperback. It's volume 17 through 18. So the reason why I wanted to bring up Booty Royale, beside it being Goonerbait, is what the book is in the description, because it's absolutely ridiculous.
This is manga, though, right? Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's 100% manga, 100%.
No, yeah, don't everybody don't Google this. By the way,
this is the description.
I just Googled it.
Booty Royale, never go down without a fight.
And I thought this cover was bad. Jesus.
Oh, does it get worse?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Booty Royale.
Just go to Google image Booty Royale. Immediately gets worse.
All right, we'll bring that up here in a bit then. So the description for this trade says K-Cup starts off with K-Cup. Karateka Masari is back. I didn't know she was gone. Her band KGB is no more, and her agency Spice Wolf is in trouble. She's become a polyamorous party girl and is having a blast.
Put a warning on this. This is absolutely A for adult. I'm still going through Google. There's a straight up full nudity in this book. I don't know about this one specifically, but this one bitch is in a cage fight, I guess, and she goes to kick another bitch in the face, and all of her clothes just fall off. So this is just straight up pornography.
I love it. You degenerates.
Good Lord, this is what's gonna sell it's fucking sell tickets. This is what's gonna fucking put us on the map. The degenerates are gonna come in for Booty Royale.
Yep, that's it. Booty Royale by Rui Takado.
Do not. The poor. We just stole innocence again. You just.
Yep. Oh, the description goes further. It says, speaking of sexy women, a shadowy and shapely figure has been approaching the participants of the showdown of power and beauty. I guess that's there's apparently
literally a scene where a woman is breaking watermelons with her tits, and it's just.
Is she seeking to become the greatest Valkyrie of them all?
Oh my god! So the fact that this is manga, this actually did bring up something that I was hearing earlier today. Not bad. Booty Royale specifically, but okay. So you know how like we get a lot of the manga to anime like almost immediate, and it's like while manga's still running, and it's almost like a 1-to-1 adaptation.
Sure.
And over here in the great plains of the US of A, we haven't really ever done that. We did it twice on MTV, and it didn't really work out. We did it with Spawn, and we did it with the Max, and we kind of did it with X-Men, but it branched off really hard. The 95.
Where would Aphex Flux or Flux Aflux?
Aeon Flux.
That doesn't really fit.
That's still there hasn't really been something like that before. I didn't consider that when the Absolute Batman animated series was announced, that it's essentially exactly what anime already does. Absolute Batman's still running, and if they're doing an animated series specifically, it would have to be almost 1-to-1 with the book. You can't really change it. Like if you have the Batman and Batman animated series, they're not tied to anything except Batman. But calling it an Absolute Batman, people are going to expect exactly what they've already read.
The absolute, right.
And I think we need more of that in America. Like the West, is it Western? Whatever what are we, the Western world?
Yes,
we are
the Western world.
So I think we need more of that, where it's like we adapt the Western like comic book stuff into show, do the manga to anime thing, but with comic books and graphic novels more often. We don't really do it. We get like movie adaptions and stuff, but we never get like the animated. And there's such a big push in Japan and stuff for animated series and things like that. I'm sure Booty Royale has an animated series, for God's sake. But like I think it would be neat, you know, like if you took something like Witness Point and made a cartoon out of it, or if you took something like Dispatch and made an animated series out of it, or like we need more adult animated content, or like content that's based on like comic books, or because I feel like Western audiences have a real stick up their butt about animated shit. Like that's for kids. It doesn't have to be.
With few exceptions, I would say so.
Yeah, so I think we are getting a little out of our heads about that, because I think The Adventures of Superman is actually on Adult Swim, but I'm sure teenagers are watching that more than adults are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every teen that watches adult, or I don't even know how you watch stuff anymore if it's not on a streaming platform. I'm so out of touch with the world. But yeah, no, I just that reminded me of that. I was like, we need more of that.
I'm with you.
It's an untapped potential, I think, for like content.
Who knows? Maybe that's what we end up getting.
So. You had a story time for something?
No, not that I know of.
I thought you said you had a little story. I guess it was for the Booty Royale thing.
Yeah, just a full-on description of it, because I thought it was ridiculous, and
it's fucking stupid. It's so fucking
the fact
stupid.
that it opens with K-Cup. It's like,
no, that's the way I like them.
Yes, but that's not the point. Well, you know what, with it being Goonerbait, I guess that is the point.
Yeah, but is it Japanese K, or is it... All right.
Measurements
are different in different places of the world. See you guys in the next issue. I'm going to go to sleep.